Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I'm sorry it couldn't go the way we wanted, but I guess goes to show how hard and difficult these speedruns can be. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a little break, so just sit right back. We'll be right with you soon. Gonna play a lovely ad for you guys, so stay tuned. And welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2017. We're gonna go ahead and show a couple of ads for you guys. Do you guys like merchandise, pins, plushies, shirts? Fangamer is the place to go. From official merch for Undertale, Hollow Knight, Hyper Life Drifter, which I actually have the hoodie on right now, which is really nice, and more. Themes such as Earthbound books that will absolutely not help you speedrun at a very good time, but still, it's nice, it's quirky, has lovely information, and all profits from sales of GDQ merch goes to Doctors Without Borders. Once again, it's fangamer.com/GDQ. Also, we want to do an apology. It seems like we had a little tad of a bit of an audio issue with the last video. Kevin sends his apologies. It's okay, Kevin. You're working so hard. So major props to our audio tech that are here basically 24/7. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Humble Bundle. Humble monthly subscribers get over $100 worth of games for only $12. That's amazing. Every month and get to keep the game, so it's not like you're just renting it off. Just like a regular Humble Bundle. The Humble Trove is a new collection of Humble Originals and other DRM-free games, and it's only available to Humble monthly subscribers. Once again, the Humble community has given over $98 million to charity so far. Humble Bundles, Humble store purchases, and Humble monthly subscriptions all benefit to charity. We're now going to throw it to our lovely, lovely interviewers, Darkman and Scent. Take it away.
I don't know how I respond to that, with such a great comment. But welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2017. I am Darkman, and with me here is, as always, my good friend Scent, prize man for GDQ. Scent, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Always glad to be here, Darkman.
So, Scent, I noticed that this machine over here seems to be turned on the other side. What's going on?
Well, there might be a little reason for that.
Yeah?
There might be more to this machine than meets the eye
Yeah?
first.
All right. What do you got for me? This computer looks pretty tight. So what's in this thing?
Well, this computer, Darkman, is going to be our grand prize for the event, as you might have seen.
Okay.
It's $150 cumulatively throughout the event to win it. And this thing is top of the line. I mean, it has an i7-77K processor.
Okay.
It's got a GTX 1060, which is, great graphics card. It's got Corsair H100 water liquid cooling system. So,
Jeez.
I mean, it's going to stay nice and cool, even if you live in the most temperate climates. You know how much RAM this thing has, Darkman?
How much?
It has enough RAM to run anything you're going to see tonight. Fun fact, the original Half-Life required a minimum of 128 megabytes of RAM.
So this one has 256 megabytes.
A little bit more.
Okay.
We're thinking 32 gigs.
Okay, it's a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, not too much.
Okay.
And not only do you get the PC, you get both of these awesome keyboards, the Core 7 K70 and the K95. Both of them come with all kinds of programmable features, changeable LEDs, macro buttons. You can save the settings in them and take them other places. Like, it's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
And this Corsair Glaive mouse, which again, just all kinds of customization, changeable thumb grip even. So if you don't like how it feels default, you can move that around until you have a comfortable setting.
It's pretty good.
And again, like, it has onboard storage, so you can set it, put it in another computer, and it's going to have the same feel.
I have this keyboard at home. This thing owns. Please get it.
It's pretty cool. But there's something about this PC we haven't really discussed yet.
Yeah?
It's got a little bit of an extra feature.
It's kind of innocent. I mean, it's got a cool logo. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It does. We have two glass panels on it, and both of them are etched with the Games Done Quick logo. But,
that's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet. You know what else is sweet?
What? What do we got?
Oh, we got...
Oh, snap. That's a beautiful thing right there.
Corsair did just such an amazing job with this thing. This is an amazing machine.
It's absolutely insane. Like, look at it go. I am super jealous of whoever wins this. I kind of wish I could win this right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of us are eligible. So, one of you viewers out there is going to have to get it.
But yeah, this is fantastic. Big shout outs to Corsair for making this, as well as our partners Aorus and Controller Chaos. This is a fantastic PC, and of course we have all these goodies to go along with it. So big shout outs to Corsair for building this for us.
We certainly do. And remember, like I said, this is $150 cumulative through the week. So, get those donations in now, get them in later. They all add up, and eventually you're going to get entered to win this awesome PC.
But I didn't ask you the most important question, son.
Oh, did you?
You said it can play Half-Life 1, but can it play Crysis?
That's difficult. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to say yes.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Once again, I am Darkman, and with me here is Scent, and this lovely computer that you could win by donating $150 or more cumulative throughout the week. So we're going to throw it back to the host.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm just going to read a really quick donation before I hand this off to my other lovely host, Bubbles. We have a $15 donation from Law of the Land that says, "Want that Pokemon swag? I'll give 15 more if you read this donation on air. Pikachu!" There you go. $50 from Anonymous that says, "May not the smoothest, but by far one of the most entertaining runs I've seen at GDQ. Great work, Keys and Couch." $50 from the Chocobo Biologist 98 that says, donating because I can't get enough of Pokemon speedruns and Edo Bean's adorable voice. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate it. $15 from Kateri Yasant. That was a really hard one to say for. I'm so sorry about that. Fire Sonic is best Sonic. I'm not going to do that one. So I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to my lovely host, Bubbles. Thank you guys so much for having me right now. I will see you guys later.
Hello, I am back. This is Bubbles Del Fuego. Welcome to Summer Games Done Quick 2017. Had a great Pokemon run. Coming up next is Half-Life 1 with your boy Alex. Got a few more donations we can read while we wait here. $150 from Lou Chaos saying, Gordon Freeman, Walter White, proof you should never underestimate a nerd. $10 from Bury the Hammer, saying, Pokemon has been with me ever since I got Pokemon Red when I was 12 years old. Gen 2 still my favorite. Amazing to see it broken so badly when it took me 50 to 100 hours plus to beat it originally. Keep up the great work, guys. And $50 from Osprey here saying, hey all, love the Pokemon speedruns and past GDQs. Unfortunately, I'm not able to catch the stream right now, but I'm looking forward to checking the VODs later. Good luck to all the runners. And they are setting up still for Half-Life. Just give us a second here, but we can quickly mention a few newer incentives. For Onimusha Warlords, we are about 245 out of 3,500 to use the panda suit in that run. That sounds adorable. And also there is a voice language incentive. Between Japanese and English. Also many file name incentives for Castlevania 3, Star Tropics, Chrono Trigger, and Divinity coming up. Make sure to check those out in the following days. Got $50 from Ninja of Sorts, saying, shout out to the tech crew for all their hard work to bring this awesome marathon to the world for such a great cause. Thank you for all you do. $50 from IFD Delusion, saying, it's the most wonderful time of the year. SGDQ is one of my favorite things that happens in the summer. I've been watching for years. I don't remember how many, though. My girlfriend, Cece, I hope I said that right, wants me to save the animals, so I guess I will. Yeah, right. Save the frames and kill the animals. What a gamer. $15 from Jessica Chevery. Watching SGDQ 2017. So glad to see the Pokemon Puzzle League. A game I've spent years playing as a child and as an adult. Showcased this year. Thanks, SGDQ. Got $50 from BooBoo228 saying, was waiting for the Pokemon run to donate. I love this game. I love what you guys do. Keep it up. Got $20 from Corey Dunavant, or Barney Mugger, saying, who needs to go outside for fireworks when we can sit inside and watch some awesome runs? I'm all with you on that one, my man. Looks like the runners and couch are almost all ready to go. I'll squeeze in another donation here. $150, these giant donations. Love it, you guys. From Ronald Johnson, saying, friends just introduced me to GDQ. Shout out to Danny and Elizabeth. Kill the animals. Got 50 bucks from Tomger saying, always a pleasure to watch GDQ. It is my favorite community of gamers because their positivity and good vibes. This is my first time donating directly. Thanks to everybody volunteering and donating. Shout out to my doctor friend, David. Oh, you got a doctor friend. Keep on donating, guys. We got a nice PC block coming up here right now. Pokemon is over. It's time to bring on the speed. Got Half-Life. We got Dishonored. We got Doom. We got another Half-Life. You guys are going to be blown away. 10 bucks from Habit saying, can't pass up a chance at that missing number plush. Love the adorable Raikou following our intrepid trainer on this adventure. We just got 200 bucks from Anonymous with no message. Thank you very much, Anonymous. Greatly appreciated. 50 bucks from Cami Kuhn. Hope I pronounced that right as well. Greetings from Germany. Have a great week and a great run. Thank you, Germany. $150 from Anonymous saying, donating for a great cause. We're fortunate to enjoy speedruns as a community and happy to support Doctors Without Borders and their work to help those who are not as fortunate. I hear that. Great cause. Donations going there for a great cause. All right, we got a quick couple of ads here, so check out our sponsors. All right, we're going to try to get the audio working for those ads. But just in time, we got 50 bucks from Pax Sciences saying, hello, Alex. Pax Sciences here. I just wanted to wish you good luck in your runs. Reminder that the theorem of Sprague-Grundy guarantees your victory. Also, the community reminds you that save glitch is out of bounds. You can't see the cam on him right now, but he's smiling. Don't worry. You have $150 from Matt86, just saying hype. Thank you. 30 bucks from Unfriendly Blob, saying continuing to still go fast. I think we can manage that. All right. I'll promise to get to those ads later, but right now we're going to bring you some speed, what you came here to see. Bring it over to Alex right now with some Half-Life any %. Take it away, Alex.
Hello, hello. All right, so thank you. All right, so we're going to start up right now. Timing is going to start as soon as I hit enter and start the run timer here. So I'm going to do that in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Half-Life 1 is a very movement-based speedrun, and pretty much 90% of being good at it and getting faster times in the game is by perfecting the movement in the game. There are very few things in this game that aren't based around the movement, which, as you can see, is bunny hopping, where essentially when we strafe in the air, we build up some speed, and then we can continue building up more speed by continuing to string together jumps, because if you jump as soon as you hit the ground, you basically keep all of your speed. Now, something you're also noticing is that we lowered our FPS there. The reason we're doing that is because NPCs actually turn faster when you lower your frame rate in this game. It does a few other things as well, like make it so that you don't take as much fall damage, but we don't use that as much as we do for the NPC turning fasterness. So the first chapter of the run here is fairly slow, but after this chapter it gets really, really fast, and there's pretty much no downtime in the run after we get to the next chapter of the game. So once we get past this first chapter, things will be getting a lot more interesting.
So Alex actually went backwards and forwards through a load 3 times there. That was on purpose. It actually manipulates the way that scientist moves and lets Gordon push him into the door, letting him open it before that dialogue plays out, saving a bunch of time.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing here. We're just pushing them closer to the consoles so that when they open the door, they do it a little bit faster. But we're going to be basically doing nothing for the next 3 minutes, so you can read donations now.
All right, sounds good. Got a bunch, just came in. Got $10 from Andy Westside saying, "Greetings from Sweden. Happy to donate to the greatest game of my childhood, Half-Life. This is a great event. Keep up the good work." $150 from Anonymous saying, "Loving everything y'all are doing. Every year I watch and say to myself, I'm going to start speedrunning. Maybe one of these days I'll actually start. Good luck on all the runs." You know what? A lot of people get inspired by these events. Not a bad idea. Just play a game that you want to play, that you won't get sick of. $21 from Nicola Garcia saying, "Hello, sir. This is your brother. If I donate more money, will you give me your $1 million CSGO knife? Please respond." If this isn't actually your... Okay, I think it's actually your brother.
No, it is my brother.
Okay, but seriously, I'm proud of you, brother. You're going to go speed cheat the heck out of Gordon Freeman's Surprise Party Simulator. I donated $10 to saving the animals, $10 to killing them, and Alex gets to decide where the last dollar goes. Choose wisely. Best, Nick.
I will always go kill the animals till I die.
Like a real speedrunner. Mm-hmm. And $150 from Anonymous saying, "Keep up the good work, guys. You're all awesome." All of us are awesome. Even you. And another one here, $150 from Toby, or Tobias Phillips, saying, "I will donate every year. Kept me sane last year when I was bedridden due to surgery. I'm happy to hear that you're not anymore." You got $150 from Anonymous again. "Always enjoy SGDQ and AGDQ. Watched Keyzeron's Animorphs run. Watched his gold, silver, bad % run. Always good for a laugh." Oh yeah, bad luck with Keyzeron lately. And we're about to get back into the game here, so I'll switch it back over to Alex.
All right, so we're going to be doing a new trick here, actually. This was discovered 2 months ago by a guy named Proto. We're going to be doing a glitch called an object boost, which I'll explain a little bit in more detail later. But we're basically going to fling into a trigger that starts the next chapter that's in the sky for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. And it lets us save a minute compared to the old strat that we do here. So we're just going to drag this cart in a specific place, And then we're going to have a very precise position and timing with this trick in order to fling ourselves into the sky. This is a very, there it is. All right, there we go. We got it fairly fast. All right, so that trick essentially flings us into the sky. We hit a trigger that starts the next chapter, then we just drop down to get into unforeseen consequences. This is when the run really starts picking up. You do a lot of movement stuff in this chapter, and it introduces kind of the idea of having really good flow with your movement. Having just fast bunny hops isn't necessarily always what you want. You want to be able to control it really well as well. So a lot of the times you're just trying to get through little nooks and crannies in the game design. Like right here, I'm going to be trying to get under this vent, like I did not do. Doing those small things is what basically elevates you from a decent runner to one of the really good runners out there. So that kind of movement is just what we strive for in this game, just making sure we don't mess up our bunny hops, don't stop anything, and make sure we can just keep going. Get in there.
Now, one of the donors mentioned that this was one of their favorite games from their childhood, and I have to rag on Alex here because he's running a game that is older than he is.
Yeah, I was born in 2000. This game came out in 1998, November 8th to be exact, so that's always a little fun. Yeah. I play games older than myself. Anyway, this is Object Boost. Essentially, Gordon has like Hulk Hogan arms and moves objects really fast, and it also moves himself. So we can use momentum from moving an object to basically fling ourselves across large gaps like that. We also use it for like starting bunny hops and other things like that. So it's a really useful mechanic that we use quite a bit throughout the run. Now, Office Complex offers a new trick in the game called NPC abusing. It's one of the more important tricks in the game, and we use it throughout the entire run in many instances to skip a lot of stuff. Essentially, if you scare an NPC either with a grenade or just by shooting them in the foot or something like that, they will open doors for you. Gordon is the only person in this entire facility who does not have the access to open doors. Either he does not know how to use his arms, or they just do not trust someone with a PhD in theoretical physics to open doors. Pick your poison. So speaking of NPC abusing, this is a very notorious one called Barney Skip. This is Barney. It's not actually Barney, but we call him Barney. Hopefully Barney cooperates with us. Sometimes Barney doesn't like us. He won't follow us sometimes. Or sometimes he'll just like want to die and run into grenades, and it's very sad. But thankfully he is working out with us today. He'll open this red door for us. An important thing to note with NPC abusing is that when you do it, you can only do it on the first time you load a map. So if you save and load while you're on a map with these quick saves that we're doing all the time, it won't end up working. You have to make sure your quick save is on a previous map. Now, this chapter shows off how powerful NPC abuse actually is. Our goal for this chapter is to get inside of the silo-controlled thingy right next to us. Unfortunately, the scientist is not cooperating with us very well, and we're also missing him. There we go. This should work. There we go. So the whole point is to get in this chapter, or in this chamber through the entire chapter, but the scientist can just open the door for us, allowing us to skip literally the entire chapter. Now, Blast Pit is the first longer chapter of the run, and it's probably one of the more interesting ones and one of the more difficult ones in the run that we're going to be doing, so hopefully it all goes fairly well here. It's going to introduce a new concept right away called explosive boosting. Like in most games, explosives give you a lot of knockback, so in this game we use it to either start off bunny hops like we're doing here, or we can use it to get across gaps like we're going to do later. Overall, a very, very powerful tool that we use a lot throughout the run in order to increase our overall speed. You also may have noticed before that I had SVAIM on, which is basically aim assist. We use that for the first few chapters of the game because it makes a few parts of the run a little bit easier to do. My HP is godlike here, oh my god. I have 99 HP going into the elevator, that is unheard of. Anyway, it's because I had like 18 armor. What am I doing? That introduces a concept called HP management. It's probably one of the most important things to do in this game, is to make sure your HP numbers are fairly good. Yeah. Essentially, we want to have enough HP to do the things we want to do, whether it is take fall damage that increases our overall speed, or use explosives, stuff like that. We want to have as much HP as possible, and we often route to get HP packs, get specific armor packs, and all that good stuff. Here we're going to be doing something called an edge bug, hopefully. There we go. Essentially, when you fall off of when you get to the very edge of some form of ledge, you can slide off of the ledge, like we just did there as well, allowing you to not take any fall damage no matter what the height is that you're falling from. If you play games like TF2, you might have also, Team Fortress 2, you might know that is a very hard thing to do, but in this game and in this engine, it's far easier to do these edge bugs than in TF2 and Source games in general.
Also noteworthy on HP management, armor is really important for doing explosives boosting because the higher your armor is, the less distance explosives will propel you. So it's really important to keep your armor at a reasonable level if you want to do explosive boosting.
Yeah, for instance, there we just walk into that electric water, which lowers our armor to the perfect value to do this grenade boost. Yeah, we just skipped that entire little section there. What you're supposed to do in this chapter, that sucked. Anyway, what you're supposed to do in that chapter is go in and out of the main blast pit that's in the center of everything. But we don't want to do that. We really only go in there when we need to, which is to kill a boss that's in the center there. That's the whole reason we're doing everything we're doing in this chapter, is because we want to go activate a bunch of switches that allow us to beat a boss that's in the center of it.
Also, as well as edge bugging, there are other ways to cancel fall damage in this game. Notably, grabbing a ladder after falling will cancel all your fall damage, or landing in water.
Yeah, water's a powerful tool in Valve-based games. It will, no matter what height you fall from, it will completely negate any fall damage that you ever take, which is really nice because it would normally kill you a lot more than we have it kill us, which is basically not at all. All right, so we're going to be going into the center room here, which will allow us to continue on to the next chapter of the game after we kill this guy. Now, this guy is a tentacle monster. His behavior is mostly random. Sometimes he is very mean to us and will hit you a lot, but thankfully that time he decided not to. We basically just activate a button through a wall there, allowing him to get burned to a crisp by a bunch of fire blasts, and in the meantime, we're just going to let this guy heal us. Scientists heal you for 25 HP if you're below 50 or 51 health. We use that quite a bit in order to get our HP back up to places where we want it to be. Often in times where we have nothing better to do because we're waiting for a specific event to play out. In a second here, we're going to be doing a weird thing called a duck roll, where essentially on our mouse wheel we spam crouch a bunch, which for whatever reason when you do it with a dolphin dive out of a water source of some kind, will give you a lot of speed. We use that to get through the goo a little bit faster there. And we're going to be sliding down here and hopefully not dying. We're going to die. Nope, okay, good. Right here, we're going to be throwing a grenade under that box there in order to push some items that are going to spawn from that box onto this map, because we want to get them in order to do a skip later. You can also jump on trip mines once they're active, so we use that to skip this entire chapter, so that's pretty neat. Thank you.
On a rail.
Yep, On a Rail is a hard chapter, probably the hardest to be consistently good at because it is a lot of hard movement and a lot of high-speed movement in corridors where there's a lot of things that can stop you from moving. We're going to be doing another little quick trip mine climbing sequence here in order to skip a little section of going around. Now, normally on this section, you want to be using a little cart that the game gives you. The cart moves really slow, so we don't want to use that. And also, you have to go really far out of your way in order to use the cart. So now we're going to be doing another little object boost here. This one we're going to be doing to give us a bunny hopping head start here, which will allow us to continue through this first section ridiculously fast compared to just bunny hopping through like normal.
Now, Alex is definitely understating how difficult it is to bunny hop through these rail corridors. Every little change in terrain will bleed speed from you if you land on it incorrectly.
There doesn't even need to be a change in terrain. Sometimes I've gotten caught just in the middle of the air. There's no rhyme or reason for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much anything in these hallways can stop you dead in your tracks, and it is the worst thing ever. But if you can get good at this chapter, it's really fun to play because it's just a lot of high-speed bunny hopping and getting over things and dodging projectiles and everything. But it's just really, really hard to be consistent at this, and I am doing a fairly okay job at doing this chapter right now, so I'm quite happy. Okay, continuing onward. It's a lot of bunny hopping, not much interesting going on.
All right.
Got some explosive boxes up here. We're just going to break them before they can cause us any problems. If you wait too long, they will obviously kill you. But if you shoot them pretty much as soon as you see them, you'll be completely fine. Hopefully we can bunny hop past these two boys right here. Very, very good. And we're going to be trying to do another edge bug here. This one's a little finicky. It sometimes doesn't work for me, so hopefully we can get it. This one doesn't save that much time. We did not. I'm not going to go for it again. We're just going to go around. There we go. Also not a bad thing because we should probably heal up a little bit. Our HP is dangerously low there. The only reason why we're worried about it is because that guy, as he just did, likes to hit us. So ideally we just have enough to survive one bullet and then we generally are fine. All right, here we're activating another button through a wall, and this guy ran really far away. I don't know what you're doing. Sadly, we cannot just continue back to where we came from like we would love to. We have to wait for this entire event to play out before we can do anything else in the game. If we just leave right away, the door that we need to go through will be completely closed. How are you still alive? Hello, sir. Thank you. So we just have to wait for this entire event to play out, or we will not be able to continue with the game. So this rocket's just doing things.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was just going to say the rocket doesn't actually exist. If you stand out here, you will never see a rocket.
Yeah, there are several objects in the game who have interaction boxes that clip through walls, like the button that he pressed through the window or that health kit he was using through the wall.
Yeah, we use that quite a bit in the run just because the hitboxes for a lot of the usable objects are way bigger than they actually look, just to make it easier to use them, I suppose. So we often use that to just allow ourselves to grab health through walls without having to go out of our way to get it. Once again, HP management is so ridiculously important in this game that pretty much any time we can get HP, we would love to get it.
There are a couple cool bunny hopping sequences in Apprehension that can skip pretty decent chunks of it, so here comes the first one.
Yeah, this one is a pretty minor time save, and I think I got it. I did not, just barely. If I got that last bunny hop, I would have gotten it, but I narrowly missed it. It doesn't save any more than like 2 or 3 seconds, so it's not too big of a deal. This one, however, is a lot neater. There we go.
Nice.
And thank you. We're going to be doing another object boost here. This one is a little bit tricky because you don't have much room to do it, and if we do it, we can just say hi to G-Man, hello. And now we're going to be doing another one of those entering the room again things to change how these guys interact with doors. As I said before, literally anything can open doors except Gordon. Even Vortigaunts have security access while we don't. It's quite strange.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to be getting a little bit of health from these boxes here because we're going to be doing a grenade boost very shortly. And we want to make sure we have some good HP going into the next chapter.
I'd say 100's pretty good.
Yeah, it's up there. Could be a little bit better.
I'm sure it will be later in the run.
It's better now. Yeah, maybe, who knows. Going above 100 HP seems a little bit absurd, though. All right, so now we're going to get captured. We're doing nothing here, so feel free to read some donations.
Sounds good. Got a bunch of donations here and more to come, hopefully. $200 from Anonymous saying nothing. Thank you, Anonymous. $30 from Cat Eyes Jimmy. Oh, wait, we gotta listen to what they say. What body? Good. Cat Eyes Jimmy with $30 saying, I gotta donate during the Half-Life run. I can remember discovering that game when I was younger and being blown away with a game that wasn't just fun, but also had an amazing story. Yeah, you guys should play this casually. It's actually pretty fun.
This game is insanely fun casually. It's one of my favorite games to play casually just because it's fun to run around and shoot all the enemies and everything. And the atmosphere of the world that Valve creates is so magnificent that it's just hard not to love these games. There's not really much interesting going on in Residue. We're just going to be doing some generic movement. There's not really anything particularly fun or new that we're going to be doing here, so a few more donations couldn't hurt.
Absolutely. $50 from Marish saying Edo Bean and then Bubbles on announcement. Tonight is the jackpot. $50 yesterday and another $50. We'll try to win some more PC gear. Let's keep pushing to 2 million. Yeah, guys, we're at 377,000 right now. Earlier when I was hosting today, we're at about 290. And we've raised a significant amount in a very short amount of time, as we always do. Super proud of you guys.
It's all for the doctors.
It's all for the doctors. Let's get them some borders. $200 from Steph saying, love GDQ and MSF. It's one of my favorite charities. Love you guys.
All right, another fun thing we can do in water here is if we go on the bottom of it for this section and hold our use key, it randomly makes us move a lot faster. Another thing we're going to be abusing in this chapter, or we're going to be abusing conveyor belts. That was rude of you. We're going to be abusing conveyor belts because if you bunny hop while on conveyor belts, you build really high amounts of speed and you just go crazy fast. So hopefully I can get a 1 cycle on this particular section. I did not. Oh, we have another shot. Okay, never mind. If you make that cycle here, you don't have to kind of jump over that one, and it is really fast and nice to look at, but quite hard to do because you have almost no leeway in order to get the first cycle. Here we're going to be jumping above lasers. These things sometimes like to blow you up more than they should, like they are right now. There we go. This one's easier to get over because you can build some momentum. You can also lower your FPS to get past those a little bit easier, but it's a little awkward for me to do it, so I don't end up doing it. That was beautiful. All right, so that's the end of Residue. We're going to be getting into Questionable Ethics, which is a fairly interesting chapter where we basically just do one giant NPC abuse to get to the end of it. We just have to get to the NPC abuse first. We also got a fairly fun gun to use for various speed exploits later on in the game.
It's no good up there.
It's all sealed off, is what he says, but unfortunately he gets cut off. The poor boy just wanted to warn us. So for pretty much the majority of this chapter, we're just kind of making our way to one particular map where we get a gun that we want to use because it is ridiculously broken. But we're going to be doing a fun thing right here called duping, where essentially a NPC will drop their ammo with their death animation. So if you restart their death animation, they'll drop more ammo for you. We dupe a bunch of SMG nades from that guy because we want to use them for explosive boosting later, and it's going to be really fun and neat. So thank you to the guy for dropping a bunch of them for us. Now here we're going to be quickly activating a voice line by going in there, and now we're just going to go over here to grab some Gauss ammo. Gauss is the gun that we're going to be getting from this map. I also need your ammo. I need to remember to get some shotgun ammo later on. Oh, hello. All right, so yeah, the Gauss rifle is ridiculously broken. You're going to see how that works in the next chapter mainly. This is where we're going to be doing our really big AI abuse, where normally we would be going around through that door and doing a bunch of weird stuff, but that's kind of slow. And unfortunately, this guy is not smart enough to figure out a path to get past these, so we're going to have to do that for him. If you're wondering why I'm hitting the wall next to him before talking to him, that puts him in a state of fear where normally he would be running through here and stopping occasionally because he just kind of does that. But if you, oh, well, doesn't always work, but anyway. If you end up causing him to be scared, he will just run past all of the things that he would normally stop at. And Azri, remind me to get grenades in like 2 minutes.
Sure.
Thanks.
Get grenades in like 2 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, get some grenades in like 2 minutes.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Okay, so the Gauss rifle, as you can see, also gives us backwards momentum, whatever direction we shoot it in, it goes us in the other way. We use that to do really big boosts like that. The ideal boost there is where you can grab onto this ladder, canceling all your falling momentum, but it's quite hard to do, probably the hardest thing you do in this chapter. And now we're going to be doing a little satchel boost in order to skip a little section up here. So we're going to be pulling out the satchel and boosting with it. There we go. And we're going to be just jumping our way through here. Surface tension is probably the other hardest chapter in the game. It's just, there's so much to do, and there's so many easy things to mess up in this chapter that it just really is one of the more challenging ones. It also has one of the most important things that we do in the run in it later on, so hopefully we can get that going pretty quickly. We're going to be doing another Gauss boost here. Normally you have to climb down these cliffs and like fight a helicopter. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, but unfortunately for Valve, they didn't think about how the Gauss rifle can literally send you flying across a giant canyon. So we just kind of do that, ramp slide off there, and now we're already at the end of the map. That's the helicopter we fight, by the way. We're going to be using the Gauss rifle to get through these little corridors a little bit faster. Gauss ammo is something that's very important to keep track of. You want to make sure you have a good amount of ammo for doing all the neat boosts that we do for like this one. By the way, remind me to get grenades now. Okay, I got them, cool.
Some grenades.
I've forgotten to get those grenades many times, and they are super important for something later on where we do a neat thing with them. Doing another Gauss boost here. This skips this in basically entire map. I didn't do it right. Don't worry about it. So we just boost off of this little railing and do a little strafe that allows us to get on top of the roof. And now we just continue our way downward through this hole in the ceiling. Now we're going to be doing a quick trick here called item box duplication, where if you break a box that has some form of ammo in it, or health, it doesn't really matter, as long as it has some sort of item in it. I don't know what you're doing. It will dupe whatever is inside of it if you break it with an explosive and with a gun at the same time. So we just did that there so we can double the amount of Gauss ammo we get from that box. Because Gauss ammo is so precious, we like to do that there in order to make sure we have enough to do all of our fast shenanigans later on. So we're just going to do a quick grenade boost on top of here, drop our way down, and go to the most important map in the run with my favorite thing in the entire game. So doing a quick Gauss boost there, and now we are on this map where we're going to be doing something really fun with an AI abuse, and you will see what happens. It is quite amazing, and is definitely my favorite aspect of this run.
Because there's an AI boost here, he can't make a save at all, and if he makes a mistake here, he'll have to redo the whole map, so hopefully we get this in one shot.
Yeah, this is not super difficult to do. The AI can sometimes not work with you, which can be a bit of a problem. Hopefully this guy is, thankfully he is. So we're going to scare him with a grenade into opening this door for us, and yeah, HP management isn't really an issue anymore, because this door is giving us 1 HP every second, or every frame, I should say. Giving us 250 HP per second, essentially giving us all the HP we'll ever need for the rest of the run. So we're going to be able to do some really crazy stuff later on with this crazy amount of HP. I haven't been counting the cycles. Have either of you? All right.
Just wait a little longer.
Let's just do 5 more.
Yeah. So all physics objects will do damage to you if they collide with you in a certain way. Door jams are supposed to do 1 damage if you're stuck in them, but this one does -1 damage to you.
Yeah, it's really convenient because IHD pretty much enables the rest of the run to be ridiculous. The next chapter in particular is probably my favorite to play through just because of the amount of ridiculous explosive boosting and everything that you can do in it. Oh, that's a shame. Now, in a normal run of this game where I would know how much HP I have, because I would count how many cycles we had, I would get about 10 to 11, which is basically about like 2,500 HP, I believe. And you don't want to waste your HP even though you have so much. You want to make sure that this HP will last you to the end of the game because that was a shame. Normally I'm supposed to get a nice little grenade boost there, but I kind of messed up a little bit. It's no big deal. Hopefully I can just get the next few maps going a little bit better. Anyway, you want to make sure you can finish the run with all this IHD HP because if you can't, then it's really sad and you'll end up probably just killing your run by dying on the final boss or something. So here we're going to be doing a quick grenade boost, and then we're going to be save loading our game once we're down here because we want to do a trick that allows us to close this door basically instantly with the Hornet gun. The Hornet gun, for some reason, likes to close doors. It's really convenient, so we can use it to close doors a little bit faster for us so we don't have to wait for the animation of the door opening completely. Now these guys can cause my game to crash, so I'm going to kill them. This game also tends to crash whenever the heck it wants to. It's quite a shame. Thankfully it hasn't happened yet, but I may have jinxed it, and it might happen still. It's not too big of a deal if it does. It will probably just be like a 30-second time loss RTA or something like that. Other things that can crash the game are getting hit by a Hornet gun from an enemy when you're on a different map than what it was shot on, or grabbing an item too quickly after it spawns from a box. All right, now this next AI abuse is quite tricky to do. Hopefully I can get the fastest one. There are 3 different ones you can kind of get, and hopefully I will get the good one. So we're going to be killing those 2 grunts with 1 Gauss shot, throwing a grenade behind us to kill that one, using an SMG grenade to kill that one, and then damaging him through the wall. I got the fastest one, so that's really neat. Which would cause him to immediately run over to that door, opening it for us, where normally we'd have to wait for him to either open it or we'd have to wait for him to be done opening the first door for us, shoot him with an SMG, and then he'll run over to the door and open it.
That room is ridiculously hard.
Yeah, I've practiced that quite a bit. It can go well so easily because you need to be extremely fast in order to make it to him in time. Otherwise, for some reason, the Gauss shot will kill him if you go too slowly. And killing him outright is definitely the worst thing you can do because you'll have to redo the entire map. Now, the core itself of Lambda Core has some of the more fun grenade boosts. For instance, this double boost, which hopefully I can get. And I did, thank God. That allows you to skip that entire map there. Thank you. Now here I'm on a bit of a timer to get like a 1-cycle thing going. I might not get it because I am going a bit slow already, but hopefully we can get something going where if we get there fast enough, we can just immediately do a SMG grenade boost, and we got it. Very good. And now we're going to be doing another NPC abuse. This one allows us to skip a cutscene that could potentially happen if we don't do it. We basically scare this guard into we get this guard angry with us, which allows him to open the door. Then we throw a grenade behind us, which immediately makes him scared of us, so he'll run away and open this next door for us. So instead of watching a ridiculously long cutscene where the portal opens and everything, we can just immediately get in here, shoot a Hornet gun in the thing, which lets us activate it early for reasons.
Normally it'll kill whatever falls into it immediately, which is normally just Gordon. But if you shoot the Hornet gun in it, it'll trigger the kill on the Hornet instead of on Gordon and let you use the portal.
Yeah, and right here, hopefully I got that, we're shot an SMG nade there, which freed some weird shard things that are on a cycle that open a portal for us to get to the next chapter. We're not going to be doing anything interesting. We're just going to be fighting a boss here, so you can read 2 or 3 donations if you want.
Sounds good, my man. We've got $5 from your boy Trash Bat. Saying, good morning. It's 3:30 a.m. here from Germany. Looking forward to a great run, and also greetings from the denizens of the trash pile, the Foxbox, and the Alex Discord. We're eagerly watching and wishing you the best of luck. Also, I'm glad I didn't have to remind you to get a dang crosshair.
Yeah, thankfully I was reminding myself to get a crosshair before the run started, which lets you do the test chamber skip way easier. Continue reading, though.
Of course. $500 from Stephen Andrews. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you can clap for that, by the way.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know. Love Half-Life, and I love GDQ. Keep it up. Thank you. That was so pure. $10 from Tyler White, saying, Half-Life is one of my most favorite games ever. Glad to see it on SGDQ. And we got $50 from Bob's Revenge, saying, I love the Half-Life series. May Gaben bless us with Half-Life 3 soon. I wonder if they're ever going to come out with that. What do you think, chat? And oh, this is a good one. $10 from Dad Jokes Done Quick. Dad Jokes Done Quick here. What is Gordon Freeman's favorite place to hang out with his bird friends? At the Crowbar.
Boo.
I liked it.
I'm going to donate $10 and a bad joke every night of GDQ. And if you read them all on air, I'll donate an extra $100 during the finale. So far, so good. Thank you. You're all wonderful. Money goes to the runner's choice.
All right, so we just skipped the third section of that fight against the Gonarch, which is a fully grown female head crab. Generally, you're in a normal playthrough, you'd fight her for a third phase, but instead we just throw a bunch of explosives at the floor, which causes it to open, allowing us to just completely skip the third phase of the fight. And we're going to be on, this is the second to last chapter, Interloper. The last chapter is just the final boss fight, so we're very close to the end of the run here. Run will probably be over within the next 2 minutes, so yeah, hopefully we can get some good stuff going here. We're just going to be doing some more grenade boosts with all of our infinite health. It's quite nice being able to just go through this game like this. If there was no IHD, this game's late game would probably be a lot more miserable. But because of IHD and just having to not worry about HP management at all, the final half of this game is so insanely fun compared to the first half, and at least for me. A lot of people like the first half as well, though, with on a rail and all that stuff.
It's definitely an interesting dynamic where HP management is so important for the first half, and then once you hit the door, it's like, all right.
It's less about, if I could actually get this, that'd be cool. It's less about HP kind of being less important, but I feel like it's more that you can abuse it a bit more, because it's still important to keep your HP values very good, but normally in the early game it would be the end of the world if you didn't have good HP. But anyway, we're closing in on the final boss. Time will be coming very shortly when blue lightning comes out of his head, which will be in 20 seconds roughly. So we're just going to be doing a lot of damage to him with a bunch of things. We're actually shooting through him with every shot. His hitbox is ridiculously big. And we're just doing a lot of damage as fast as we can to make sure that this giant baby just dies really quickly. So timing will be coming up in basically 3, 2, 1 time. $35.33, not bad. I hit this timer during the run. This is the in-game timer. We have an extension called Bunny Mod made by a fabulous man named Yalter. Shout out to Yalter. He basically carries a lot of stuff having to do with Gold Source and Source. But yeah, that was Half-Life 1. A few shout-outs really quick. First, shout-out to Shasta. I was originally not planning on submitting this game at all because I didn't feel I was actually going to be prepared enough to give a good run. But he convinced me to submit in the end, and I'm very glad he did. Thank you, Shasta. Another shout-out to my brother, Nick, for being very encouraging throughout this entire process of me practicing and getting better at this game. It's been an adventure over the last 3 months trying to improve myself at this game to feel ready to show it off in all of its glory, and I felt like I did a fairly decent job at that. And final most important shout out to sourceruns.org. SourceRuns is an amazing community, and they've been insanely supportive as well over the last few months of me improving at this game. And I love each and every one of them. Specific shout outs to people like Deathwing UA, Rain TNT, Dot, Shar, Trades, Yalter again. Just thank you all so much for being so supportive and making sure that I felt like I was part of the community and everything. And if you are curious in getting into a game like Half-Life or Portal or Half-Life 2, sourceruns.org is an excellent place to go to learn about the runs and get better at them. So thank you to the SourceRuns community for everything.
Thank you very much, Alex, for that run. Really great time there. Low 36 real time. Coming up soon, we've got your boy Blood Thunder.